deep dive time. Part 2. If you missed part 1, check it out on yesterday's show. Everything's up there on YouTube. And fun show yesterday. Now, part 2, conference tourney betting strategies. Momentum is real. Play the teams that are hot, Teddy, and got a streak going.
Yeah, I mean, look, when we talk about this particular deep dive, we're trying to give conceptual ideas for things that you can look at over the course of the next 4 days to make money with. And the simplest concept we can come up with, momentum is very real. What did we talk about earlier in the show? Wisconsin-Milwaukee, a team with 23 losses, a team that came into the postseason ice cold. They win a game, all of a sudden they win another game and another game. And maybe they didn't cover the final, but you can't tell me that there wasn't something gained from that squad in terms of momentum and confidence with getting a victory. I mean, look, in the big dance, most Cinderella squads are going to get bounced after a single upset win. Every once in a while, you're going to see somebody make the Sweet 16, but the biggest upsets are usually one and done. That's not always the case in the conference tournaments. And you can make a lot of money riding a squad, a talented squad that has suddenly found their mojo over a 3 or 4 game span, especially if you're making money line bets, as well as your standard point spread wager. Some of these dogs are going to cash on the money line 1 day, 2 day, 3 days in a row.
Yeah, this one very important but true. Fatigue and depth issues.
Well, yeah, and this is, again, something that we've been pounding this theme all week. But think about it. In the big dance, teams play 2 games at most over the span of a week. In the little dances, teams can play as many as 5 games in 5 days. And obviously it's going to help bettors who put the work in, because a 9-man rotation trumps a 7-man rotation on the third night of back-to-back-to-backs. But there's so many bettors out there that don't seem to have a real idea about depth concerns. And the markets are always going to be caught in a situation where they have to put point spreads up that reflect season-long power rating numbers, overall power rating numbers. So the individual matchups with teams with depth versus those without can really work in bettors' favors when they pay attention and when they know these teams. And of course, it's not just overall depth. You know, teams that rely on 1 or 2 stars can go a long way in the big dance. They really can, and it's superstars that often is what it takes to win the Final Four and win the championship. But in the conference tournaments, the teams with the balanced attacks seem to be able to handle the major minutes better, and they can withstand an off-shooting night, a bad game from any one of their key players. That doesn't necessarily work so well for teams with the superstars. And of course, one thing you always remember with totals, people say, oh, tired legs, the jumpers fall short. Yes, 3rd game in 3 days, 4th game in 4 days, jumpers do fall short. But you know what else falls short? Guys with their defensive rotations are falling short when they're tired as well. Tired teams do not necessarily specifically equate with unders on an everyday basis or every game basis.
Well, so now a lot of times these teams are playing for the 3rd time. How about they're familiar with each other?
Well, yeah, and this is definitely an edge for game watchers. You know, when a team from the ACC matches up against a team from the Big 12 or the Mountain West or any other conference, we can guesstimate which conferences are going to be bet on or bet against, but that's all it is. It's an educated guess. In conference tournaments, we know how these teams match up against one another because they've done it before, often twice. And if you're watching games, you've seen them play. Even if you haven't seen them, you've got box scores and play-by-play data to help you understand what happened in the previous meeting. There's no guessing game in regards to relative conference strength. So you're taking out all of these X factors. That's a benefit for bettors. The more we actually know about the matchups, the more likely we'll be able to predict winners and, of course, the all-important margins of victory.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.